So we finished off last time talking about the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system, words that we don't necessarily have to remember. But we want to talk about the parasympathetic nervous system today because it is our rest and digest system. It helps us to produce a state of equilibrium or balance into our system. It's a much slower system, so it responds slower. But it helps our body to stay in a state of calm and allows us to relax and to repair that stress that we might have been under. So we can activate this system. Simply reading a book might do the trick. That's why some people read before they go to bed, soaking in a hot bath, going for a massage, petting a dog, all good relaxation strategies. Some people use yoga, tai chi, breathing exercises. Basically, the less time we spend in that fight or flight response, the better. Now, I might have sent you into fight or flight response right now, shouting at me down the screen because you most likely have very little time to yourself. We acknowledged the last time that living with PMLD is a 24-hour job. It's a very, very, very stressful and rewarding, but stressful all the same. And finding time to read a book and take a bath or even sleep, I understand is very difficult. So we will have to use a dual approach. So by helping your child to self-regulate in order that you're not alerted is also part of this cycle. And we will be talking about that in future videos. But I want you to really think about yourself and understand yourself so that you can put some strategies in. And if you understand what you do for yourself, you understand then what your young person, your child is looking for. So we will be doing a further series of videos. We've got lots planned, so stay tuned. So first of all, we have something called mindfulness. Now, it's been in the news and media a lot, and it's something that I used to be very cynical about, but I did a diploma in mindfulness a couple of years ago, and it's amazing. And when I do get stressed myself and think, why do I not use it? So mindfulness is the ability to be fully present, aware of where you are and what you're doing, not to overly react to past or future events, but be in the moment without attaching an emotion to that. There's loads of free apps, which I'll try and put some links to, that provide daily meditations. These meditations take max 5 minutes. Now that's a trip to the toilet, well, if you're lucky. Maybe that's a place you have to do your meditations. I certainly know that that's where I do my breathing exercises. It's a trigger for me remembering it. So that's number one. So I've just mentioned breathing, and I'm not talking about the automatic breathing that we do, that our brain does. If it wasn't automatic, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? We'd not be alive. But it's the act of consciously working on our breathing to calm our systems down. This has been around for a lot of years, and again, lots of cynical us out there thinking, yeah, that's, But actually, the research, the scientific research to show what breathing does to calm our systems down is absolutely amazing. We have got so much science behind us now. And there's all sorts of different kinds of breathing, and you need to find the one that suits you. So I found a couple of references. There was the NHS breathing exercise. So it says, and maybe you could close your eyes doing this. Let your breath flow as deep down into your belly as is comfortable without forcing it. Try breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in gently and regularly. Some people find it helpful to count steadily from 1 to 5. So breathe in and breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out through your mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, research would say that you have to do this for 3 to 5 minutes, which is what activates the parasympathetic nervous system. The ones that I've tried, I prefer breathing in for a shorter time and breathing out for a longer time. So you can try to breathe in for 4, so breathe in for 4, but breathing out for a longer period and letting that breath out slowly. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Try and let your shoulders drop. If they feel quite tense, just drop your arms beside you and breathe in again and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Really relaxing your shoulders. Unclench your hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, I'm sure most of you could do that while you're in the bathroom if that's possible. That's a really good habit to get into during the day. It feels funny when you first start and sometimes you feel like you're over breathing, but you quickly get used to it. Now, on the opposite end, if you've heard me speaking before, you'll know that I believe exercise is necessary for everyone to allow them to regulate. And when we're regulated, we can learn, we can work, we can play, we can concentrate. It doesn't have to be something really energetic, it doesn't have to be expensive, and it doesn't have to be out of the house. And of course, at this time, we're not able to go out of the house, but there are plenty that we can do. We learn that we've got 5 senses. In reality, we've got 8, and we're going to be doing a series of videos about our senses. But one of these 3 extra senses that we have, called proprioception, is the information coming from our muscles and our joints. And it's that one that helps us to calm. It's like our silver bullet, I suppose, as one of my colleagues would say. There's not a silver bullet, but this is a bronze bullet anyway. It certainly is something that helps us to calm and to ground. And, you know, have you noticed that when you're agitated, that going out for a walk or squeezing your hands together, or even when you're pressing your head, we're trying to give ourselves proprioception. And this is why exercise such as Pilates and yoga are really good. Lots of other reasons too, of course, but they provide significant proprioception. They're slow, it doesn't have to be bouncy, it doesn't have to be energetic, but it does have to be giving you that deep pressure through your joints. So give it a go. Something as simple as when you're feeling really stressed, just to do a chair press up where you put your hands on the chair and lift your bottom off just a little bit, and you're taking all your weight through your hands, and hold for 5 seconds. And down. And do that a few times. You can do something like pushing your hands together, giving you that deep pressure. Of course, getting a hug gives us that, and again, there's science behind that, and that is very related to proprioception. Obviously, it's related to relationships, but it's giving you that deep pressure that we are always seeking. Music. We all use music in different ways. Sometimes it's to lift our mood, sometimes it's to calm it. Those might use rock music to calm, others use that to lift their mood. We all have very, very different likes and needs around music, but it's such an important aspect. Some people can't bear to have music on, but if that's something that you enjoy, use it more. The last thing I'm going to talk about is food, because we use food as a daily regulator. Yes, we need food for sustenance, but actually we use food to very much as a sensory regulator. And I don't just mean eating cake and chocolate and wine and cups of tea if we're feeling bad. I mean foods that are crunchy, foods that are chewy, foods that are warm, foods that are fizzy, spicy, bland. We've all got individual preferences, but we have preferences for a reason. Now, if you think about the foods that you use to regulate yourself, and then if you think, well, actually, those foods are not healthy choices, have a little think about, well, what are those foods doing? I know that I need to move, and when I'm not moving, I seek salt and vinegar crisps, I seek fizzy, I seek crunchy, because my system goes down very quickly. I wasn't designed to be sitting down for long, as you can see from all the fidgeting. And I know that my system needs a lot of deep, strong tastes. So my family are constantly getting garlicky, spicy food, which I like more than they do, I think. So you can substitute. So if you like crunchy crisps and you don't think that's healthy, another option could be carrot sticks with a hummus dip or something like that. If you love fizzy drinks, but you don't want to be drinking sugary drinks anymore, you could drink sparkling water, something like that. Think about what it is that you're actually seeking. So what I want you to do now is to really be aware of the things that you do to modulate your own systems. And I want you to take a few days to be aware of what you're looking for yourself. And I'm just going to show you this diagram, which I've messed up a little bit. Not sure how I managed to do that. Anyway, we've all got a toolkit, and we all use different things for different reasons. And I want you to think about how you've filled your toolkit up and what you might want to fill your toolkit up with more. And you might have a few minutes where you can research different apps that you can use. And when you've got a few minutes, if you've got a few minutes, to be able to put those in place. I totally appreciate that time is difficult. But by giving yourself that time, you're in a much better place to be able to deal with what you have to deal with helping your loved ones. So I'm just going to show you this diagram. There's a few extra arrows in here that are not supposed to be in here. So if you can bear with me with the arrows. But you can make up your own picture with your own toolkit. I'll try and see if I can put this in as a link alongside the videos. But basically your toolkit will have different foods and drinks. So the arrows mean, the downward arrow means foods that you use to calm yourself. And the upward arrow means foods that you use to wake yourself up, to make yourself a bit more alert. And same with exercise, sleep, music, meditation, yoga, reading. You might put other things in there as well. So your toolkit, as I say, we all have different things. So give yourself a little challenge to draw a bag and just have a little think about these different areas. And it might seem like a silly exercise, but honestly, it's very enlightening what you use yourself. And it will help you to understand why your child is seeking what they're seeking, because the behaviours that they're displaying are often, as I said before, the only way that they can get the movements, the sensory input that they require because of mobility issues or communication, and it may help you to understand that more. So we'll see you in the next video,